What is up, guys? Dasher here for another episode of Community Universe Mode, episode 422 to be exact, and edition number 111 of Friday Night Genesis. You know what I realized, Soul, is that I can't do it tomorrow, so you and I are just going to have to tough it out. Gotta drop the words of support. What up, Dynamic? What up, Death? Welcome, an action-packed card as always. Ooh, and some nice lag. Hopefully that's just a little spurt. Past couple of streams I've done, it's lagged a little bit at the beginning, but then it's gone away, so hopefully that doesn't come back. But indeed, a stat card as always, my friends, as we, of course, have this Sunday, just 2 days away, the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view, Sacrifice, already. The card has been posted to our website and to Twitter, so if you want to check that out, join in the chat. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. But, of course, the Superstars of Genesis are looking to 3 weeks away for their exclusive pay-per-view, the 3rd annual Cyber Slam event. Appreciate the support there. Tonight's action getting underway, my friends. A little bit of Juan-on-Juan bout coming your way as Sean Kent is set to take on Zach Cage. Hey, what up, tribe? You did indeed, my friend, and glad to have you. As here comes the former Fusion Tag Team Champion. And guys, we haven't seen Sean Kent in nearly a month and a half. Last time he was in action was the Genesis after Exodus. He competed in that 8-man #1 contenders battle royal, so it's definitely good to have Kent back after that little bit of vacation time he had. Sean Kent, one hell of a competitor. Of course, the younger brother of Ryan Kent, the light heavyweight champion over on Fusion. Tonight's main event, guys, as voted by you, the CM Universe, certainly going to be a good one as Bob Luger steps into the ring to go toe-to-toe with the Alpha World Champion, Guri Sukhanov. We know that the main event of CyberSlam in 3 weeks' time is Elijah Stewart challenging Guri Sukhanov for the Alpha World title, guys, but quite honestly, what kind of condition is Elijah Stewart going to be in come CyberSlam after being viciously assaulted by Click last week? And then, guys, earlier this week, if you're not a member of our website, you would have missed this exclusive footage, security cam footage, caught Elijah Stewart at a local gym being assaulted in the parking lot by Click's Randy Borton. Borton slamming Elijah Stewart right onto the hood of his own car. So now it's not just Elijah Stewart's career here in CMV, but now his personal life. Click coming after him on all fronts. So obviously Elijah not here tonight, as here comes Sean Kent's opponent, CMV veteran, former Anarchy Tag Team and International Champion, Zach Cage. What up, Topher? Yeah, Death is apparently a big Topher fan. A lot to get to tonight, guys. 2 tag team matches, both of which should definitely be good, as we have Chaos and Order returning. They'll be taking on Vintage, and then later on tonight, Brûlé, fresh off their debut win on last week's Genesis, take on High Voltage tonight. Here we go. This matchup gets underway. Sean Kent looking to return with a victory, while Zach Cage trying to bounce back after his loss to Black Gale a couple of weeks ago. Our co-main event, guys, tonight I'm very much looking forward to as well. A triple threat elimination match. Adam Valentine, John Reed, and Lance Martini going to go at it. Of course, they're the 3 options for one of the confirmed SiberSlam matches. We know that Chris Andrews will be defending both of his titles at SiberSlam, and back-to-back triple threat matches. He'll be joined by Alistair Knox, but it's up to you guys, the CM Universe, to decide who joins them out of those 3, Valentine, Reed, and Martini. These 2 feel each other out. First time encounter. Collar and elbow. Now Sean Kent has a hold of Cage's arm, tying it up behind his back. This does not look like it's going to feel very good. Snapping back. Might have just popped that shoulder right out of the socket. Nice elbow, though, by Cage, and a knee to the chest. That's going to sting from behind now. The former international champion with a back suplex, going to drop Kent right on his head. That international championship that, of course, the Bloody Brit now holds, but Zach Cage never technically lost the international title. Remember, he had to vacate it at the end of last season due to a concussion, and Chris Andrews won it in that 8-man ladder match back at Death Wish earlier this season. Nice modified suplex right there by Cage. Kick to the knee, then a stiff one to the chest, as now Cage going to bring Kent to a vertical base. Irish whip, rebounds. Cage gonna, oh, nice little cheeky chest bump. And a blue thunder bomb, but Cage backflipping out of it. I had the feeling these 2 would put on a great matchup. Another modified suplex by Cage. Spying on you, Topher. Right on the shoulders now. Zach Cage just gonna run Kent right into the turnbuckles, and a power slam to the center of the ring. The power on display by Cage. Usually seen as more of a agile, really a submission expert, as Zach Cage. Has so many different ways of forcing an opponent to tap out. Especially that nasty armbar of his. What a beautiful drop kick there, though, off the second turnbuckle. Now it looks like a beast bite is going to be applied by the CMV veteran. Will Sean Kent be forced to submit? So far in this matchup, it's pretty much been all Zach Cage, but a knee to the side of the head. Gonna look to change that, as Kent now with a single underhook DDT. Topher, how does it feel to have your first #1 fan? A lot of resting holds between these 2 guys. A bit of an abominable stretch being applied now from the seated position on the canvas. Sean Kent certainly having control over Zach Cage right now. How is the veteran going to be able to escape this? Oh, Sean going to let go. I guess feeling that the damage was done. Now a stomp to the arm. Zach Cage flat on his chest, and a curb stomp. Getting a personal greeting with the mat right there. A big old slam. Uranagi to be exact. That's going to put Cage in position as Sean Kent, the more agile Kent brother, the risk taker, looks to throw caution to the wind, perched up high, and a beautiful savant kick. Forearm smash. Oh, look at this. Cage gonna fire back quickly, shaking those cobwebs, and what a combination as he drills his knee right into the temple of Kent. No selling it. Kent right back to his feet. Of course, his older brother, Ryan, this Sunday at Sacrifice defends the light heavyweight title in a triple threat. What a maneuver there. Russian leg sweep right onto the arm. Yo, 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 yo. What up in Rage, my friend? Glad to have you. Did you check out Dallas Steel's matchup yesterday on Reality Wrestling. It was pretty impressive. Sean Kent trying to get himself back up to his feet using the ropes. Another Uranagi side slam. That's Voodoo. I love that, Coming in here because Fortnite's down. Wouldn't have it any other way, but wait a minute. Zach Cage lining up the shot. This is bad news for Sean Kent. Small package driver. Gonna drill Kent right into the canvas neck first. Making sure there's no rope breaks. The veteran with that instinct now. And the 3 count. Zach Cage getting the victory over Sean in a fast-paced, hard-hitting matchup. Oh, that joke went over Voodoo's head. There's what did it for Zach Cage, that small package driver. Able to grab himself a nice victory to kick off tonight's Genesis. Oh, getting right in referee Perry White's face. Pretty rude. Maybe some ring rust showing in that matchup after Kent's couple of weeks off. All right, guys, now up next, our first of 2 tag team matches for the evening as Chaos and Order return from a little bit of a vacation of their own, taking on Vintage, and I believe a first-time encounter between these 2 teams. Of course, later on tonight, High Voltage will be taking on Brule. You also got up next after this, guys, Reese Matthews and Matsuda Tanaka, one-on-one, and also Blake Virtue makes his main card debut, taking on the unbeaten Viking, Eric Skarsgård. Let's not forget our main event, Bob Luger, taking on Guri Sukanov. Sukanov been on a tear ever since winning that championship. Will Luger stop him dead in his tracks? We'll have to wait and see. There's 2 pairs of former tag team championship contenders are set to go at it. Look to climb the rankings here. Of course, Click, currently the World Tag Team Champions, guys, and I can actually announce another matchup for you set for the CyberSlam card in 3 weeks' time. Xander Slate and Randy Orton will defend their titles against the team of Mark Intel and Pierre Thompson after Mark and the Big Dog defeated Click in a non-title match in last week's Genesis. But most definitely a win for either team here. Could see them put right up next in line post CyberSlam. Fish pizzas. That's got to be the worst sounding thing. I'd sooner eat pineapple. Luke Luger has to come in here on the one day that the viewership's not so great because I'm starting so early. But welcome. It's great to have you. But of course, you got to choose the one day that my viewership is at an all-time low to come in here. And don't even say such a heinous thing, all right? Hey, what up, GOAT? Nice to have you in here. Pumped for that co-main event later on tonight. Adam Valentine, John Reed and Lance Martini going to be going at it. Again, it's up to you guys, the CMV universe, to vote for which one of those three will join Chris Andrews and Alistair Knox for the double triple threat matches at SummerSlam in 3 weeks' time. We know the Brit will be defending both of his titles, the International, or the Anarchy rather, in the first triple threat, then the International, and the second triple threat. Back-to-back they will be. Knox will be joining him in both triple threats, but who will be fighting alongside them? Up to y'all. As here is Chaos and Order. The twin brothers Reynard and the Men fought for the tag team titles back at the grandest stage of them all, Ascendance. Like I said, when was the last time we saw them? I think they got that six-man tag match last month where they took that loss alongside RGP. Hey, Valentine's got a chance, all right, because it's elimination. You can try to be sneaky with it. There we go. Chaos and Order squaring off against the unorthodox duo of Joey Bacon and El Jefe, Big Ham and the Human Fish. Of course, these guys had battles with Click multiple times towards the start of the season, but we haven't seen them in action in a couple of weeks either. Bacon had a matchup a couple of weeks ago, lost via countout to Guri Sokanov, but El Jefe's been missing. Apparently been touring the world looking for fish pizza, is what I've been hearing. Fish pizza. Adam's a pretty sneaky guy, you know. El Jefe and Joey Bacon. But where was that house show? You know, that could have been in Ecuador, for all that we're aware of. Here we go. Chaos and Order are back. Vintage are back. Who's going to grab this victory and head up the rankings in the tag team division? Again, it is now confirmed. Mark Intel and Pierre Thompson, after the win over Click last week, going to get a chance to actually win the titles come SummerSlam. I did not download them yet, but I will. Look at this. Reynard, or rather, that's Damian starting things off against the 500-pound Joey Bacon and introducing him face first to that top turnbuckle. Surprised Bacon just doesn't eat it. Look at that now. Damian is the high flyer of hitting his brother Reynard, whereas Reynard is the more hard-hitting brawler. Beautiful springboard drop kick, though, going to turn Bacon inside out, and now Damian with a mighty roar echoing throughout the arena. Ugh. Could already feel myself losing my voice. I just got it back earlier this week, and then I lost it again yesterday during Reality Wrestling. Look at Bacon go with this helicopter spin. I would not want to have a 400-pounder, jumping around on top of me like that. Got to have a pretty resilient back. Now a tag to El Jefe. Watch out, Joey Bacon. Giving Jefe room to work. The two-time light heavyweight champion with a nice 450 splash. Down on one knee, knife edge chop, going to light up that chest, but a beautiful drop toe hold by Damian now. Going to look to make himself a tag to Brother Reynard. Up next after this, guys, a rematch from last month. Reese Matthews, fresh out of the Click, and not a very ceremonious leaving of the group. Going to be taking on the unbeaten Matsuda Tanaka. Definitely looking forward to that. Joey Bacon watching from the apron as his tag team partner Reynard missing that clothesline pretty horribly. I do believe it may have been. It was either Damian or Reynard who were eliminated by Bacon in that battle royal. Looking to get revenge now. Big old DDT there by Reynard. Again, Reynard and Damian, guys, last season They arrived quickly on the scene here in CMV, shooting right to the top of the division. Challenged Zach Cage and Nick Blake for the titles on the grandest stage of all, Ascendance 5. Of course, they did not win the titles. Who can forget their amazing best-of-5 series with Imaginary Friends, where they didn't win one match. Vintage had a tough season. They did win the first ever Action Classic, but then Click defeating them on 2 occasions. I believe that was the last time we saw back in Exodus when they failed to capture the titles from Borton and Slate. El Jefe looked to make a tag there, but Reynard having none of it. Back suplex. Going to drop Jefe right on his neck. No revenge tonight. The Bloody Brit not booked to compete. He was involved in a poll for next week's show, but so far it's looking like next week's main event is going to be Matsuda Tanaka versus Guri Sukuna. Of course, there's still time to vote if you haven't yet on our website, cmvwrestling.com. But look at this right here. Namian with a vertical suplex, allowing the blood to rush to the head of the human fish, showing off his power, then dropping him like a sack of stone. You know, Click just a couple of dirty heels. I don't know when Imaginary Friends are coming back. We haven't seen Smiley Danielson since Death Wish, but wait a minute, guys. The twin duo might be about to close it on the victory here. That springboard tombstone pile driver. El Jefe in all kinds of trouble, especially since he suffered a concussion earlier this season at the hands of the Cleaners, remember. Will this do it? It will! Chaos in Order, nabbing themselves the W over Vintage. Like I said, El Jefe has had a series of, well, pretty much throughout his entire career. We know what happened, him getting in that car accident, but the Cleaners really did some damage to him in the finals of the Action Classic. The head got targeted right there with that assisted tombstone pile driver. Chaos in Order with the W. And our first of 2 tag team matches tonight, of course, later on still to come. High Voltage Battle Brûlée, but what a victory for the Twins. Yeah, but last time we saw Smiley Danielson was back at Death Wish, yeah. Freddie Osborne, of course, got injured by Click. He was taken out. Reynard and Namian putting down the unorthodox duo. Does Jason Jordan have a concussion? I didn't hear about that. Oh, and a tweet, guys, from Namian says, we're coming back for those championship titles. No more mercy, no more jokes. Chaos and Honor seeming more determined than those hands of theirs on that championship gold. And that win right there is a good way to start themselves on the path. One more joke. But up next, guys, here our third matchup of the evening. A rematch from last month as Reese Matthews takes on Matsuda Tanaka. Remember, in that matchup, Matsuda won via countout. Hopefully, we don't get a repeat here tonight as Matsuda looks to remain unbeaten one-on-one. He did give the CM Universe quite a shock at Validation when Xander Slate tapped him out. Yes, Matsuda Tanaka tapped out. He was eliminated, but then his team ended up winning, so technically he still won that match and is still unbeaten one-on-one. Reese Matthews gonna look to change that. The former undisputed champion officially separating himself from Click at the top of the show tonight. He was hoping that it would be an easy parting, saying, hey, you know, I know you're either with us or against us, but why not give me this one little this one little, pass by. Let me just leave, But Xander Slate and Randy Orton would not let it be so. Reese Matthews earlier tonight getting in sweet new music and a clean slate, so his jaw is no doubt hurting right now. But he's been able to recuperate, and now looking to get himself a big win as once again a single man. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Rip. So Reese Matthews no longer having Click to watch his back. In fact, now is an enemy of theirs. Xander Slade actually tweeted out earlier this week that he's excited to see this matchup. The idiot Reese Matthews taking on the loser Matsuda Tanaka, hoping they tear each other apart. Tanaka, since arriving in CMV 2 months ago, has defeated a handful of former world champions. Bob Luger and Xander Slate. Will Reese Matthews be added to that list? The RJPW television champion, the ultimate Matsuda Tanaka. And Matsuda Tanaka was kind of dragged into this budding war between Click and the Resistance, as they call themselves. Added to Team Elijah at Validation, but really Tanaka has no stake in this war. I mean, he's beaten 3/4 of Click, and they certainly are not happy about that. Bob Luger saying earlier this week that he was going to break Tanaka's arm, so whether Tanaka meant for it or not, whether he likes it or not, he is now an enemy of Click. Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins is probably the weirdest tag team combination. Dean got injured, and they were just like, we'll just keep doing it. And a tweet here, guys, from Adam Valentine says, yeah, but he hasn't beaten the GOAT yet. Valentine saying that until Matsuda beats him, he ain't impressed. Yeah, weirder than Britton Parker. Weirder than Joey Bacon and El Jefe, all right? Look at this guy, indeed. Matsuda Tanaka has quickly become probably one of the most loved superstars on Genesis. And for good reason. This guy's an incredible competitor and has just torn through everybody put in his path. Like I said, in 2 months has beaten 3 former world champions. The RJPW television champion looking to once again put down Reese Matthews, but like I said, last time they fought, Matsuda won via countout. Reese saying that it was a fluke. Weirder than K. I like Kane and X-Pac. I didn't think they were that weird, all right? Here we go. Reese Matthews once again on his own. The former undisputed champion saying that he wanted to leave Click to focus on himself. Matsuda Tanaka going into this is going to have an advantage with Reese suffering that sweet moo music and clean slate earlier tonight. But Reese looks like he's okay, starting off strong against the unbeaten Japanese sensation. Down on one knee now, going for another DDT, but Matsuda's saying he's had quite enough of that. Going for a scoop slam. Nope, Reese can escape out of the clutches and drop him. Looks like Matsuda might have caught his throat, tangled up in the ropes there. Now Reese rolls through, the former undisputed champion. If you didn't know that, he'll let you know. Right down onto the knee with that air raid sour neck breaker. Caddis. gut again, and that is exactly what Matthews has got to watch out for in this matchup. The versatile striking of Matsuda Tanaka, and especially that knee strike he likes to use to put his opponents down for the count that nobody has kicked out of yet. I'm not going to say that Jaquan Shea did, and so did Bob Luger. Hardly anybody has kicked out of it, all right? Arm drag, brings him up to a vertical base, standing face to face. An Irish whip now. Reese going to rebound off the ropes right into what looks like a German suplex, going for a ride. Weirder than any possible combination, you know? Neck breaker by Matthews. This would certainly be a great win for the former world champion. Big old forearm smash and a kip up as well, showing off his athleticism. Yes, we do have a Bob Luger here on Genesis. He's actually going to be in action in our main event, a two-time Alpha World Champion and the leader of Click, as voted by the CM Universe, takes on Guri Sukhanov in our main event. He's the son of Lex Luger. Moonsault by Matsuda Tanaka, expertly executed. Now going to tie up that arm is the RJPW television champion. Middle of the ring has Reese Matthews in a very bad spot right now. Can the former world champion try to escape? Matsuda Tanaka really wants to do. He can easily break Reese's arm right now. There we go, the former world champion, the total package. Able to escape. Rolling neck snap. Randy Borton, indeed, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and part of Click as well. Snapmare put into a seated position. Matsuda brought up to his feet with a punch to the gut. Looks like a cross-legged fisherman buster, perhaps a long-lost brother? No, I don't think so. Oh, out of the corner now, Matsuda Tanaka. We know what this is. Super. Oh, Rick's able to see it coming. Oh, not able to make much of the reversal, or perhaps he does. Reverse DDT. Oh, now the total package has the end of this matchup in mind. Single underhook facebuster. Could he become the first man to defeat Matsuda Tanaka into the pin? Oh, only a 2 count. Grabbing Matsuda by the ears, bringing up to his seat, but Tanaka with a jawbreaker says, I don't need no help, fam. What a nasty forearm smash that was. Probably knocking a couple of Reese Matthews' teeth down his throat. Kick to the midsection. Now just going to drive Reese face first into the mat. Doesn't look like it felt too good, man. Matthews just a second away from defeating Tanaka here, able to counter that belly to belly with a nice trip up. Into the camel clutch. Reese Matthews now rolls. Obviously not looking for a submission, more so to try to wear down Tanaka a little bit as he goes for the pin. Lateral press by Reese Matthews. Will this be enough? Parry way into position, but just a 1 count. It's all pretty bad, you know? It's all pretty terrible. Wind up elbow drop right to the back of the head there. Former undisputed champion Reese Matthews caught with a European upcut. Now Tanaka has his opening high kick right to the side of the head. Reese up against the ropes. That knee might have broken every rib in his body. What the hell is Tanaka doing here? Oh, man! Knee drop to the back of the head off of the apron. Talk about innovative offense. Might have cracked his skull off. Now Tanaka takes the fight right back into the ring. Punch to the throat and a boot to the side of the head. Former wrestling entertainment. Oh, there's the jerk of the knee. We know what's coming now. Kinshasa lays out Reese Matthews. 1, 2, 3, and Tanaka claims yet another former world champion and remains unbeaten. But as voted by the CM Universe next week, he'll main event Genesis when he takes on the Alpha World Champion, the Russian Ogre, Guri Sukhanov. That'll be a colossal hill for Matsuda to climb. Certainly be his toughest challenge to date. We'll see Guri in action in tonight's main event battling Bob Luger. But Matthews not having a great night here on Genesis number 111. And there's what did it, that nasty knee strike right to the chest. Puts him down for the uno, the dos, and the tres. Two for the trace. Matsuda Tanaka, unorthodox, strange, no doubt about it, but impressive. Who can stop this man? Yo, what up, Cog? Haven't seen you in stream in a while, my friend. This is the fourth matchup of the evening. So far, Zach Cage knocked off Sean Kent at the top of the show. Then cause and effect, I was about to say. Not our pay-per-view. Chaos and Order defeated Vintage. And then we just witnessed Matsuda Tanaka remain unbeaten by putting down Reese Matthews. Now it is time for a little bit of a cheeky debut as Blake Virtue makes his Genesis debut, taking on the unbeaten Viking and Eric Skarsgård. Certainly no walk in the park for Virtue in his first big-time match with Virtue coming into this one off a string of victories. Just yesterday on Reality Wrestling, picked up a 6-man tag team win, and before that he defeated newcomer Brooklyn in some singles action. So I definitely would not count out Blake Virtue here. And still to come on tonight's show, my friends, more tag team action after this as High Voltage will be battling Brule. And then a triple threat elimination match in our co-main event featuring Adam Valentine, John Reed, and Lance Martini. And in our main event, Bob Luger goes one-on-one with Yuri Sukanov. You see Virtue definitely very amped up, very excited to have his first matchup on Genesis. Virtue has got, well, literally and figuratively, quite a mountain to climb tonight, though. As he goes head-to-head with the man that has Viking blood in his veins, the unbeaten beast. And Eric Skarsgård, look at this guy. I mean, good God, Lord above. Have you ever seen a beard quite like that? His ancestors used to just take what they wanted, chop down any who stood in front of them, and that's exactly what Skarsgård has been doing. Skarsgård last week picked his next target, if you will, after an excellent matchup between RGP and Matseo Yu, with RGP winning. Eric Skarsgård would attack Bullerman, leaving him motionless, pretty much a mangled carcass in the middle of the ring. RGP focused on this Sunday, where on the Sacrifice pre-show he challenges Black Gale to crown a new Rising Star champion, but you know, in the back of his mind, he's wanting payback on Skarsgård. Right now, Skarsgård looks to remain unbeaten as Blake Virtue looks to get a big win in his first matchup on the Genesis brand. And started off nice with a pullback Hurricane Rana. Might be short-lived, though. Skarsgård trips him up. Now into a front headlock. A big old knee by this fucking... Not that tall. Surprisingly. In fact, he and Virtue are about the same height. But, look, I mean, just look at the size of those muscles. Those 18-inch pythons, brother. Jacked to the gills and just a monster of a man. Knee to the chest there. Now an Irish whip. Watch out, referee Perry White. Rebounds. Chest bump showing good sportsmanship. Now another Irish whip. Oh, out onto the apron. This time, Skarsgård going to go for a ride. Nope, nice high kick by the Viking. Wouldn't expect someone his size doing kicks like that. Now just going to plow over Virtue with a shoulder block. Virtue with a jawbreaker. Quickly back to his seat. A nasty knee strike. Going to take Skarsgård off his feet. Not for long. Grabs him by those long, luscious locks. And a cheeky little modified Russian leg sweep. Nothing wrong with that. Hooks the leg right there. Not even a 1 count. An early pinfall attempt. Provides no fruit for the debuting Virtue. Now a reverse DDT, though. Staying on top of things. Virtue going to have to use his agility, his high-flying aptitude to try to battle back the raw power of Skarsgård here. Down on one knee, grab by the hair of his head and flung into the canvas. And Virtue's just got to look like just a slab of raw meat on a platter for Skarsgård to devour here. Guillotine on that top rope. That's going to make it incredibly hard for him to breathe. Now to a vertical base. Taking overhead, though, with the fireman's carry. Virtue is holding his own. Got to give him credit. Credit where credit is due. Hook to the jaw now from behind. This is a big opportunity for the youngin'. Does not want to let it pass him by. Swing out single knee gutbuster. Stomp to the quad now from behind, grabbing him by that hair. And that's where long hair in wrestling might come back to bite you, as it can be used against you. Superstars can grab at it, yank it. Skarsgård got that big old beard as well. Took the risk, but the risk did not pay off for Virtue. That attempted Phoenix Splash from the second turnbuckle now might come back to bite him, or perhaps not. Fireman's carry going to take the big man overhead. Now standing face to face. Whatever Virtue went for there, deflected, as now Skarsgård with that launching belly to belly, nearly threw Virtue through the goddamn roof here. Just stomping away. Doesn't even go for the goddamn pin. No, Hellish, you're actually pretty much just on time, as that is, oh no, it's not. That's the co-main event. This is the fourth matchup of the night, so after this we still have High Voltage versus Brule, then the triple threat elimination match, and then of course our main event between Bob Luger and Gary Suckanall. But look at the power there by Virtue. That chicken wing single knee gut buster, a lung blower. Nice comeback by Blake, trying to keep his head above the water here in this matchup. And here's that vicious combination by the young blood, drilling his knee right in the side of Skarsgård's skull. That little spurt of offense not lasting very long. Eric diminishing the flame that's burning bright. Look at this, Skarsgård apparently not afraid to bend the rules in his favor. Little rake of the eye, some dirty heel tactics, but busted wide open is the Viking. I'm sure he's used to being bloody. Maybe not his own blood on him, though. Oh, no. What is this? Referee Perry White not sure what's going on. The fans on their feet as Blake Virtue throwing caution to the wind with a DDT through the ropes. This is awesome. This is awesome. What a maneuver by Blake Virtue, but unfortunately for him, didn't seem to very much phase Eric Skarsgård, even though he's drenched in blood, donning that proverbial crimson mask. The big man, the unbeaten behemoth, with a last call on the outside, that hard concrete that lies beneath those thin pads. Now Virtue gonna get his head clanked off of that steel post, pure steel. Back into the ring now at the count of 7. Skarsgård stops this match from going to a count out, and now Virtue just being lifted up like a rag doll as the Viking with a waist side slam into the pin. Will that do it? 1, 2. It will not. Virtue somehow staying alive. Staying alive, but perhaps not for long, as Skarsgård has his finger right back on the button. And it might be night-night. Another catapult. Belly to belly. Just tossing him through the air like it's nothing. Look, he weighs 5 pounds. The distance. Oh! Virtue. No selling like a G right there. Eric Skarsgård with some wherewithal to roll to the outside of the ring. Obviously, the target for Virtue is that head. Back out to the ringside area. These two continue to battle. Oh, right into the corner of the announce table. That's going to be the point, right into the gut. Can't feel too great on a count of 3. Perhaps Virtue's thinking the only way he could beat Eric Skarsgård is by count out. Hey, it's a legit way to win. What? As Chris Andrews would say, of course. Virtue, though, wants to win definitively by pinfall or submission. Once again, going to this combination of nasty kicks, strikes. And there's a beautiful knee. Skarsgård bleeding like a stuffed pig. 1, 2. Woo, mama. About as close could be right there. Virtue, in fact, arguing with referee Perry White that it was a 3, but the official says no, this match going to continue. Virtue taking a deep breath, getting a little bit of stamina back for himself, a little bit of gas taking the tank. A little bit of gas, rather, in the tank. Oh, no, now Virtue. We know what he's going for here. That nasty, gory neckbreaker, the Widowmaker. Will Skarsgård taste his first defeat? 1, 2. He will not. Fighting through the pain. And that neckbreaker is deadly as well. That might have been Virtue's last-ditch effort. Look at that. You can't even see Skarsgård's face at this point. Just his hair, a big fucking bloody mess, and then his beard. Up on the top rope, and this is definitely not a place that you want to be, especially against someone like Eric Skarsgård. Oh, back suplex! The neck of Virtue just getting cracked off the mat. Into the pin. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. And now it's Skarsgård who can't believe it and is arguing. Face to face. Taking overhead, though. Virtue not giving up. Both these guys going through a war right now. And both refusing to quit. Got to give respect to that. Digging a knee into the spine. And Virtue looks to slow things down for himself with a straitjacket here. We're going to catch his breath while also keeping Skarsgård down. But look at the strength of Skarsgård just ripping Virtue right overhead like it's nothing. Might have gone for a chokeslam right there. Virtue with the quickness, though, able to get something off first. Big old forearm smash in the corner. Skarsgård's down, looking for some refuge. He's not going to find it. Dodges that stomp, and now a suplex release. Like a sack of stones. The Viking looks to remain unbeaten, perhaps with another wayside slam, but Virtue saw it coming, able to reverse. Big clutch by Virtue. The young blood, the rookie now, looks for that big old W here. Again, for the 3rd time, unleashing this versatile combo. As if it was nothing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, says Skarsgård. Look, a mosquito bit him. What was that? Now into the pin. A desperation pin by the big man, but only a 2 count. Kick to the spine, gonna send shooting pains up and down that back. Now Skarsgård gonna get off that waist-side slam again. The power, man, the strength. Oh no, we know what Skarsgård is going for here. The belly to belly didn't do it. So now the big boot. Skarsgård picking Virtue up instead of going for the pin. And now he's gonna pay for it. Virtue with another Widowmaker. Another Widowmaker. 1, 2, 3, and Virtue knocks off the Viking and hands him his first defeat. Blake Virtue. Eric Skarsgård was playing with his food. Should have gone for the pin. Got cocky, and he paid for it. Skarsgård has fallen, and Blake Virtue has arrived with a huge W. That Widowmaker right there, baby. What a nasty move. What a battle Virtue just went through. But he emerges victorious. I'm sure RGB, if he's watching, has a big smile on his face. Happy after seeing that. Virtue ecstatic. Oh, and guys, speaking of RGP, look who decides to creep at us with a little tweet. RGP says, take a look at the blood dripping from your face. It's only a matter of time until it's time to say goodbye. Pullman, I guess, was watching that match as he sends out one of his eerie messages to Scars. No, Skarsgård can't be beaten, and I'm sure RGP wants his payback, but of course he's got to focus on this Sunday at Sacrifice on the pre-judging for the vacant Rising Star Championship against Black Ale, of course. All right, my fine feather friends, now time for our tertiary main event. Still a lot to get to in the co-main event, that triple threat elimination match. And of course, in the main event, as voted by you guys, Bob Luger takes on Alpha World Champion Guri Sukhanov. And as High Voltage make their way out here, we have a tweet from John Reed, who says, a party has ended, a goat sacrificed, an angel of darkness marches towards with a spear of destiny in hand. Reed sending out what could only be taken as a warning to his opponents. In the co-main event, of course, Adam Valentine and Lance Martini. And look at a tweet here, guys, from Bob Luger. Says, snap the arm that the sound that Tanaka's arm will make later tonight. And Tanaka knocking off Reese Matthews earlier in the evening. Bob Luger, as we touched on, earlier this week tweeted that he's going to break Tanaka's arm. If I were Luger, I'd be focused on Gary Sukhanov. But here we go, guys. High Voltage in the ring, ready to go. Of course, these two going to prove to be a bigger challenge for Brule, who, of course, debuted last week by defeating Samuel Boone and Eric Thunder, and taking nothing away from Boone and Thunder, but High Voltage are definitely a more cohesive unit. They have more chemistry between them, being a long-time tag team. Since their return to CMV early last month, they haven't found much success as of yet, taking a good handful of losses, but perhaps tonight will be where they turn things around against CMV veteran Brett Angel and, of course, Dule Zaire, Brule as they are being called, not by choice. Very impressive debut for these two men, though, last weekend, knocking off Boone and Thunder. See if they can do it again against a bigger challenge. And a tweet here, guys, from Josh Wolf, responding to Bob Luger's tweet, says, "Your neck is going to snap when Gurry gets his hands on you." Ooh. Josh Wolf is watching, licking his lips, ready for that main event. Earlier tonight, it was announced that at CyberSlam in 3 weeks' time, Pierre Thompson and Marcantel will be challenging the Click, Xander Slate, and Randy Borton for the World Tag Team Championship. Of course, earlier tonight, Chaos and Order got a great win over Vintage. Brule looking to throw their names into the hat, perhaps, for a future World Tag Team title opportunity. And a tweet here, guys, from Travis King now, targeting Josh Wolf, says, "I wouldn't be talking shit, boy. You're on my list this Sunday." Of course, this Sunday at Sacrifice, Travis King takes on Josh Wolf one-on-one. That's certainly going to be a big match in the career of Wolf, perhaps the biggest match of his career, a chance to not only get a big win for the Resistance, but also the biggest win for himself, knocking off a former world champion. This matchup going to start off Kobayashi and Dule Zaire. High Voltage most definitely are very good friends. Competed, oh my God! I don't even know what that was. He did like a shooting star press. That's innovative offense, I guess. But High Voltage competed in CMV way back when in Season 3. They made their return after a couple years away. Like I said, early last month. They haven't found much success as of yet. Dule with a beautiful elbow drop right there. Dule actually got the pin in last week's tag team matchup to grab that victory for Brule. That nasty regal plex of his. Look at that. Oh, KO forearm smash right to the back of the head. That's going to change the tide of this matchup. It's certainly two different teams going at it here because High Voltage are very, very fast-paced. Both men very athletic. Whereas Dule, obviously a shorter guy, but very strong. He's looking at him. He's jacked to the gills. And then, of course, you got Brett Angel, well-rounded. His career well-documented in CMV. One of the best to ever do it. And it's interesting to see him in a tag team dynamic because he's never been in a tag team throughout his CMV career as a former four-time world champion on Unmatched and television champion before that, Royal Rumble winner. But him and Dule certainly proved that they had that chemistry last week. And a tweet here, guys, from Josh Wolf now responding to Travis King, says, "Win or lose, I'm going to make you bleed, and that's all that matters to Fenrir." Nice little hammerlock lariat by Joe Gates. Joe Gates coming off a pretty debilitating loss yesterday on Reality Wrestling. 30 seconds he ate a defeat at the hands of Dallas Steele. Nice long road home fisherman's driver, though. Currently in control is Joe Gates. High Voltage looking for their first victory since returning to CMV. Nice distance there, but nope. Dule's there, able to see that double axe handle coming. Now counters a German suplex with an elbow to the side of the head and another backbreaker. Of course, Dule's there, remember, owned a bar. Xander Slate, remember that feud a couple months ago? Slate and 10L had a big old fight, a nasty, back and forth altercation, and it was in Dule's bar. They trashed the place, and that's why Zaire is actually wrestling now. He has to pay off all the damages. Tag into Kobayashi. We still haven't seen Brett Angel deal in this matchup. Back suplex, though. Brett Angel asking for the tag. Zaire's nowhere near, though, as Kobayashi goes up high, looking to take the risk and hoping that it pays off, but it does not. Elbow drop miscalculated. Zaire able to move out of the way just in the nick of time as now he grabs Kobayashi by that man bun of his. Irish whip into the corner. Will we see Brett Angel? Yes, we will. Here comes the Outcast. And perhaps looking to finish off High Voltage. There's a drop toe hold. The boot stop and the knee to the side of the head. Rosemary's laugh. They call that into the pin. Can Zaire stop Gates? No, he cannot. Well, he does now with a slip and slide driver, but not before Gates can make this. Oh, okay, Brett Angel having a problem with referee Perry White, and Gates able to counter the slip and slide driver to take out Zaire. So now Angel in a handicapped situation for the time being. Keeps the pressure on, though, with a headbutt to Kobayashi, then a rebounding double axe handle. Brett Angel severely outsizing Kobayashi here. Well, maybe not severely, but definitely the biggest man in this matchup. Oh, look at this. Drowning the Orchids. Brett Angel with that buckle bomb. Shout out to Osiris there, paying homage to his Halo brethren. Beautiful counter by Kobayashi, but then decides to taunt. Counters the small package driver to a Northern Light suplex, but can't make the pin because of the ropes being so close. Now Kobayashi looks to mount a comeback. Great tag team action here on Genesis number 111. Who's going to bring it home? A trio of clotheslines now looks like a tag. Maybe just taunting, pandering to the CM Universe. I believe the crowd split down the middle here. Kobayashi clutching at the ribs. Raw to a vertical base, face to face. Powerbomb perhaps? Yes, a modified powerbomb, nicely executed. Kobayashi now with a stomp to the right above the knee. It's always a great strategy against a bigger opponent is to take out the legs so that they can't throw around their weight and use their strength advantage. Spinning gear uppercut attempted by Brett Angel, but bears no fruit. Kick to the gut, back and forth they go. Now the Outcast with a front headlock and a knee right to the face. That's going to stun Kobayashi long enough for Angel to get off an Irish whip to the corner. Looking to make that tag to Dule Zaire, and he gets it. A little bit more teamwork here by Brule. Back suplex by Angel, and a springboard senton by Zaire, showing his athletic side. Big old clothesline attempt by Zaire, and so both men dodging each other's offense. Kobayashi, though, nasty single leg drop kick to take out Zaire, but dropping down to one knee. Kobayashi not able to capitalize and make it to the pin. That's going to allow Dule to recuperate, hopefully long enough to kick out. No, Kobayashi not even going to go for the pin. Instead, going to make a smart tag to Joe Gates. Let's see what Gates can get done now. Might be up to him. Kobayashi took a whole lot of damage. Gates going to have to put the team on his back. As a tweet here, guys, from Ethan Young says, "Whoa, guys, calm down. All that matters is that the piece of trash known as Bob Luger and the rest of his clique buddies get what's coming to him." So the Cleaners apparently taking the side of the Resistance. That's an interesting development there. Catchphrase by Joe Gates, and maybe Zaire in a bit of trouble because High Voltage. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Joe Gates, the fans already chanting, "This is awesome," as Gates with a superplex to Zaire outside of the ring. Zaire no selling like a boss. The fans with a round of "This is awesome" chants. They love it. And Adam Valentine with a tweet here to John Reed saying, "You are a sad, sad idiot." Some disrespect there ahead of their matchup up next. Count of 5 by referee Perry White. Zaire with a chop to the chest and a boot to the side of the head. This is the tertiary main event. Co-main event is up next. That elimination triple threat match between Adam Valentine, John Reed, and Lance Martini. Been a very competitive back and forth tag bout here. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a bigger challenge for Brule, and it's proving to be so. Zaire beating his chest. Nice clothesline. Another clothesline. These big meaty biceps. And another clothesline in the corner. Now rebounds off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline for another clothesline. Clothesline mania. And a kip up as well. Might be a thick boy, but Dule can move. Oh, there's a beautiful waist-side slam. Some aggression behind it. Wasted no time, man. Dule going hard in the motherfucking paint. As now an Irish whip to the corner. And a tag to Angel might spell the end for High Voltage. What do we got here? The teamwork of Brule has been incredible tonight. Little cheeky slam. Oh! Body splash. And Angel leapfrogging. Double boots to the gut. Gates immediately stirs out of pure instinct. Looking to make the tag to Kobayashi as Zaire and Angel are arguing. And Angel, though, snaps back to reality to stop Gates just in the nick of time. Up to that second turnbuckle. Angel flies with a body splash, or a headbutt, rather. Face-to-face, kick to the gut. Nope, powerbomb instead. Dropped into a DDT. Nice reversal by Gates. And Joe Gates just trying to catch his bearings. Bullplex right there. Some strength being shown. Dragging Brett Angel by his arm and leg to the corner of High Voltage. I thought he's maybe going to try for a tag to Kobayashi. Instead now just a stomp. Bringing Angel to his feet. Another hammerlock lariat inbound. And a tweet here, guys, from Freddie Osborne, the White Rabbit, says, "Wow, this is some good wrestling. We can't wait to jump back into the action." We were actually just talking about Imaginary Friends earlier tonight during the Chaos and Order match. Nice counter right there by Brett Angel. As now he Irish whips Gates in the corner, looking for Drown the Orchids a second time. Joe Gates' spine just going to go crashing into the turnbuckles. And now the Irish whip. Going to send him over to Dule. The tag. Switching up roles this time. Angel with the Irish whip. Drop the hold. Going to be Zaire with the double boot stomp. Now Angel rebounds off the ropes. Digging the shin. Right to the side of the head. If Angel can play good defense here, this might be all she wrote. 1, 2, 3. And Brule victorious once again despite Kobayashi being able to battle back Angel to no avail. Brule picking up another win. What a hard-hitting back and forth tag match that was, though. Certainly didn't come easy. But Brett Angel and Dule Zaire, man, proven to be one hell of a combination. Brule celebrating a hard-fought win. Oh, don't tell me Angel's going to fall for it again. Dule offering the handshake. Angel, don't fall for it again. You're smarter than this. Playing those games. Zaire running a hand through his hair. And just like last week, these two going to battle for the fans' adoration. Brule, they might be good friends. They might work well together. But they both got egos to satiate. But what a win for Brule. Starting to build a bit of a streak now. Co-main event time here on Friday Night Genesis number 111, my fine feathered friends. Of course, our main event still to come, as voted by you, the CMV Universe. Bob Luger battle Alpha World Champion Curry Sokolov in a first ever one-on-one confrontation. But first up, we have got some triple threat action coming our way. These three men, of course, are the options for the CM Universe to vote on come SummerSlam 3 in 3 weeks. Revealed last week that the Bloody Brick Chris Andrews will be defending both of his titles, the Anarchy and International Championships, in 2 triple threat matches at SummerSlam. Back-to-back triple threat matches. Defending his Anarchy title in one, and then his International title in the other. He'll be joined by Alistair Knox in both. It's up to the CMV Universe, who will be the third man to join them. Options of Adam Valentine, John Reed, and Lance Martini. Adam Valentine, of course, the GOAT, only cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's himself. And for himself, he wants nothing more than that Anarchy Championship he's been chasing after all season long. And if the fans decide it to be so, he will get a crack at that championship gold come SummerSlam. But Adam Valentine not exactly been the nicest guy to the fans of CMV, so I don't know that they're going to reciprocate and vote him into that match. Certainly be surprising to me if they do. The fate of Valentine's career, for now, laying in the hands of the crowd. Yo, what up, Crimson? This is the co-main event, so you missed most of the show, but welcome. We still got some great action to get to. Valentine, of course, been having a little bit of beef with Lance Martini these past couple months. Martini defeating Valentine back at Validation on the pre-show. So you know Validation would love to nab himself a win back with a Party Boy in this one. This is elimination, which means that we have to get 2 pinfalls or 2 submissions for this match to come to an end. It being a triple threat, there are no countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes. Valentine ready to get it on, as here comes the fallen angel, John Reed, who started to finally build himself a little bit of momentum. Lost it last week, though. It was a great matchup. Excellent bout. But Reed taking the L to Alistair Knox. So now Reed most definitely wants to grab himself the W here. Feeding Dave Turner back at Validation. We haven't seen Turner since. John Reed's another guy who definitely be interesting to see the fans vote for. A lot of people not liking this new John Reed and what he's done, and with good reason. You need a recap? Well, let's see. Over on Fusion, Hayden is still world champion. He beat Bison. This Sunday is Sacrifice, the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view, the main event of which sees King of the Ring winner Andrew Briggs challenge Hayden for the title. We also have the return of Schmitty coming back, entering Hell in a Cell against Bison the Barbarian. Here on Genesis, Guri Sukanov is the new Alpha World Champion, and In 3 weeks' time at SummerSlam, he defends against Elijah Stewart. But what kind of condition will Elijah Stewart be in come SummerSlam after being attacked by Click last week, then by Borton earlier this week? You sound an awful lot like Adam Valentine, GOAT. Compliment your quote. What's your quote? And here we go, Nat. Last but certainly not least, the party boy, Lance Martini, who has been running amok of the Genesis roster. This kid has been incredibly impressive this season, only suffering 2, maybe 3 losses in his career so far. And like I said, coming off that win over Valentine in the pre-show of Validation. Yeah, indeed. Sucking off the new champion. He's actually in action up next in our main event, taking on Bob Luger. Yeah, that was great. I love what you did to the word sacrifice as well. I like that design. It's a pretty dang card. Lance Martini, though, he's the only one of these 3 that I can really see people voting for. Again, anything can happen. It's up to the fans. It's up to you guys. Which of these 3 would you like to see join Chris Andrews and Aleister Knox in the triple threat matches at SummerSlam? And it's such a first time ever type of situation here in CMV. It's such an interesting concept to have Chris Andrews defend in 2 triple threat matches back to back, because there's so many different outcomes. Andrews could walk out still with both of his titles. He could walk out with just 1 title. He could walk out with neither of the titles. We could have 2 new champions, so many different outcomes. And really the whole layout of the matches could change depending on which of these 3 superstars gets voted into the matches. And this one gets underway, though. This is elimination, remember. So it's last man standing that will pick up the victory, and perhaps whoever wins here will sway the votes of many in the CMV universe. Prove to them that they deserve the shot. I know that I'm probably going to vote for whoever wins this. I try to remain as unbiased as possible. It's about who gets the wins, who's most impressive. And if I do get a vote, I'm probably going to vote for the winner of this matchup. Lance Martini taken out for the time being by Adam Valentine. Now the GOAT turns his attention to Reed, flooring him with a reverse STO there out of the suplex position. Bringing Reed back to his seat, throws him over the shoulders, fireman's carry position as he's going to guillotine him on that top rope, going to make it hard for the fallen angel to breathe. You see him clasping at his chest. Here comes the party boy back into the fight. Punch to the gut of Valentine, going to send him dropping down from that second turnbuckle. Now to a vertical base, face to face. These 2 bitter foes meeting yet again. And Martini with a nice little cheeky fireman's carry front slam. Valentine needs a quick breather. Irish Whip going to send Reed into the corner, slowly approaching him up onto the top turnbuckle. This new John Reed has been vicious, deadly. Oh, what a big boot right there. Obviously, Reed going to look for the Spear of Destiny to try to get himself the win. Cutting his opponents in half. Ooh, no, Valentine with the help, or rather aiding Lance there, allowing him to counter Reed's suplex attempt into a Northern Lights. That partnership not lasting very long, though. Nice stall by the GOAT. Hip toss going to send Reed overhead now. Punch to the top of the head. And Valentine, what is he looking for here? Tying up the arms. Oh, go! Straight jacket neck breaker. I heard the crunch from over here. And now Valentine has Martini in hand for a pile driver. Nasty, 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 and Valentine wasted no time, no beating around the bush. This would feel so good for the GOAT to get one up over Lance, but no, Martini rejects the slapjack attempt. Valentine coming off a loss at the hands of Chris Andrews last week as well. The GOAT is desperate to taste a win. John Reed coming in from behind, but Lance Martini with the wherewithal to see him approaching from the rear. Gonna lean him up against the second ropes as Valentine just chilling like a villain. Ooh! Woo! Nasty drop kick there. Valentine shooting in as he sees the opening. Brainbuster! John Reed crawling to the ropes to trying to get himself back to his feet, which he does now. Reed gonna back into the corner. Ooh, too sweet, baby. Trying to pander to click. Keep them at bay. Adam Valentine once again forced to roar to the outside. Needs to try and recompose himself. Up on the top rope. Lance Martini just draped down a senton, gonna catch him. John Reed into the pin looking to eliminate the Party Boy and bring it down to just he and Valentine, but only a 2 count. Nice punch to the side of the head. Perhaps Reed and Valentine forming an alliance. Nope, that thought quickly went away as now Reed with an elbow to the side of the head, then into a front headlock, European uppercut. Michinoku driver. Vintage match ender here in CMV, but no pin attempt, instead of Spinaroonie. And Lance gonna try to pin the GOAT here. Bringing Adam up to his feet, only to drop him once again with that reverse DDT. John Reed just waiting in the wings. Looks to shoot in, gets an elbow to the midsection. John Reed gonna fire back with one of his own. Cheeky little jab now. Lance keeps trying to, I believe, go for that swinging reverse STO of his. Action rolling. Here comes Valentine to cut off the Party Boy. Irish whip into the corner. From behind, not looking good. Elbow to the side of the head, though. Lance comes in. Jawbreaker creates some distance. Now charging him with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. John Reed looking around. Taking a quick look at the CMV universe, but gets caught off guard by Valentine. Nasty boot right to the face. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. No eliminations thus far. And still our main event to come, guys. Bob Luger one-on-one with the Alpha World Champion Gary Suckout. Perhaps our first elimination is inbound. No, Valentine, not a whole lot of luck getting off the slapjack here tonight. Second time it's been reversed. Now Reed gonna make him pay, clotheslining him out of the ring like a sack of dirty laundry. Bang, bang. Lance Martini back into the fray, caught with a neckbreaker, though, immediately gonna take him down. That beach blonde hair. Reed with some strength. Deadlift powerbomb. Valentine slides underneath the bottom rope, back in the ring. Oh, Spirit Destiny! Valentine didn't see that coming. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Reed attempting to shock Adam Valentine. Valentine was like, hey, man, don't mind me. And now looking to finish off the GOAT once and for all. John Reed with an Okada roll, German suplex, bridge as well. 1, 2, 3. No. Still no eliminations. Adam Valentine able to power out at 2.99. Now a spinning reverse STO to the fallen angel by Martini. Will Reed be the first to go? 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, wrong time to taunt Adam. 1, 2, 3. Valentine's eliminated. Decided to taunt. Took his eye off the ball and paid for it. Lance upsets Valentine again. And now a one-night stand. The Party Boy closing in on a big win. The fans going wild. Whoa! Michinoku driving with a little bit of flair. Lance is feeling it. The crowd are behind him. And Reed's in big time trouble. He still hasn't recovered from that swinging reverse STO. Oh, what a knee. Look at Valentine just getting back to his feet. He's like, God damn it. And now Reed, once again acquainted with the canvas. Spinning reverse STO. Martini hooks that leg to bring it home. Uno, dos. Today's the Party Boy. eliminating Valentine and Reed. Lance Martini, baby. Proving that he should be the pick to head to SummerSlam, but still, it is up to the CMV Universe. Valentine allowed his ego to get the better of him in that matchup, taunting the CMV Universe, and Lance rolled him up. Will Lance Martini be going to SummerSlam? It's up to you guys. You think he deserves it? Make sure to vote in 3 weeks' time. But a great victory nonetheless for him here tonight. And a tweet here, guys, from Adam Valentine says, of course the party boy can't beat me without using underhanded tactics. Why do people like this guy again? I don't know what's very underhanded about a roll-up. Valentine trying to save his own ass there. But now, folks, it is main event time. As voted by you, poll on the website last week, Bob Luger takes on the Alpha World Champion, Guri Sukhanov. And Ethan Young chiming in saying, have you ever considered the fact that maybe you would just suck? To Valentine there. Savage. But of course, guys, we know that in 3 weeks' time, in the main event of the 3rd annual SummerSlam, Sukhanov will make his first defense of the Alpha World Championship against the Good Vibes Kid Elijah Stewart. But in what kind of condition will Stewart be in? Quite honestly, if I were Guri, I'd be thanking Click, because they're making it easier for him to retain come the pay-per-view. Attacking Elijah last week, then Borton attacking Stewart outside of his gym earlier this week. And of course, it's all a ploy by Click to try to get Stewart to join them. Trying to show Elijah that it's easier to be with them than against them. Bob Luger, the former 2-time Alpha World Champion, look at that, shining like a god. This is a first time ever matchup, guys. Bob Luger getting a huge opportunity right here to knock off the current Alpha World Champion. Bob Luger tweeting earlier this week and earlier tonight that he plans on breaking Matsuda Tanaka's arm by the end of the show. I said if I were him, I'd probably focus on the 400-pound Russian ogre that's going to be standing in front of me. Earlier tonight, Matsuda knocking off former Click member Reese Matthews. You can get that jacket on cmvshop.com for $500. Made in China. Bob Luger, the All-American man. Second generation superstar. Going to be severely outsized in this one, but he's been severely outsized before and persevered. But also he's contending with Guri, who, despite the loss at Validation to the Unknowns, has been on a tear. Unbeaten in singles action since winning the title, defeating Elijah Stewart at the top of last month. Defeated the likes of Chris Andrews and Joey Bacon. Sukhanov, like I said, if I were him, I'd be thanking Click. You know, all the times they're attacking Elijah, wearing him down more and more, gonna make Guri's job easy come SummerSlam to retain the title. Because what? I can't imagine Stewart's gonna be 100% come to pay-per-view. There's just no way. But here we go, main event time, non-title match, first time ever. Bob Luger, Guri Sukhanov, one-on-one. Referee Perry Wake gonna ring that bell and let's get it on. Will Guri continue his tear through the Genesis roster in the Russian era? Or will Bob Luger nab himself a big victory for Click? Punch in the midsection though, and Guri with a nasty clothesline gonna fire back like, bitch, what you just did? And then a stomp to the gut. And Guri has a good 200 pounds plus over Bob Luger, as well as a height advantage and, well, I'd say a power advantage, but Luger is probably one of the strongest men in all of CMV. Of course, the son of the legendary Lex Luger. Bob has done some incredible feats of strength before, but right now he is getting mauled by the bear known as Guri Sukhanov. Look at that, knee to the gut and a double axe handle. Luger is not having a great start to this matchup here. Goes for a kick to the chest. There we go. Luger going to have to use the speed advantage that he has, that cardio of his, that never dying stamina. Luger can go. That the longer this matchup goes, the more it will favor the work ethic Titan. But this matchup looks like it might not go that long. Oh my God! Sidewalk slam off the top rope. Just a minute in, and Luger has eaten these shots. Now knee drilled into the mat. Guri bringing Luger to his feet, looking for a vertical suplex, but stalled. The sign of life, the strength, the power. Luger with a vertical suplex to the 400-pounder. Then a swinging neck breaker to follow up. The cardio maniac, Irish whip, turning things around, looking good for him. Another swinging neck breaker. Maybe finding the Achilles heel of the Russian Ogre neck breakers. Oh, this is vintage Luger right here. The figure four head scissors being applied, and he's just gonna toss around 400 pounds like it ain't no thing but a chicken wang. Almost with ease, but it doesn't last long. Smart tactics right there, punching away at the ribs of Luger to force him to release the hold. Now a kick to the gut. Guri goes for a powerbomb, but back body drop. Guri not used to being thrown around like this. Mounting on top of his opponent, Luger just unloading with these left hands. Then a stomp to the gut as he gets himself back up to a vertical base. Grabs Guri by the head. Face to face they stand, and a backslide driver by Luger. That's new. Never seen him hit that before. Introducing some new offense in his arsenal to try to combat the Alpha World Champion. Brings him in for that clothesline, but only a one count off the pin attempt. Uh-oh, middle of the ring, and this is not what Bob Luger wants. Camel clutch being applied, all the pressure on that back. Looking to break it. Fuck his ass and make him humble, but Luger escaping through the legs, able to trip up Sukhanov. Snapmare, seated position, going for the arm, looking to get off some elbows, which he does. Luger knows that his strategy is to go at a slow pace. You can't rush Guri Sukhanov, otherwise he'll just overpower you and bury you. Luger knows that he's got to take his time, because like I said earlier, the longer this matchup goes, the more it's going to benefit Bob Luger. Oof, another swinging neck breaker. Bob Luger has Guri hurting for certain right now here in our main event of Genesis number 111. The Russian Bear gets off a forearm smash. That's going to stun Luger long enough for Guri to take advantage, ramming him into the corner. Then a power slam right to the center of the ring, going to quake the entire arena. Big old right hook. That is vintage Guri. Right down the gullet of Luger. Bobby boy has taken his licks, though. showing off those 18-inch pythons. As now he brings Guri up. Irish whip into the corner. And Bob Luger perhaps going to look to rally. Because like I always say, there ain't no party like an uppercut party. Because an uppercut party don't stop. Luger unloading again and again. Not going to get the fans behind him, though. Now to the corner. There's another one. Back to the opposite side. Another one. Now Luger rebound's going to show us what a perfect drop kick looks like. Taking the big man off his feet. The giant is reeling. Gonna be playing possum, suckers Luger in with a short arm shoulder block. And now Guri realizing he can't play around with someone like Bob Luger. Gonna go for that devastating power bomb. But Luger's having none of it. Jawbreaker. Now a hook to the jaw, gonna stun him. Another hook to the jaw, backs him into the corner. What a drop kick by Luger. Boot right to the side of the head. Guri with a desperation pin here. Nothing more than that. Only a 1 count for him, though. Looks to bring Bobby Boy up to his feet, but an arm wrench going to send Guri Sukhanov crashing to the mat. Back elbow right to the midsection. Suck in the air up out of Luger. Going to make it hard to breathe. There's another power slam by the Alpha World Champion. Looking to change the tide of this matchup. The dirty heel tactics. The dirty heel tactics of Luger raking the eyes. Didn't pay off very well, though, for Luger, who now gets a jackknife power bomb. Dragging him towards the center of the ring. Luger almost like pleading with Guri, begging him, but gets that stomp anyway down onto the ribs. Another lateral press by the Alpha World Champion. Actually nearly got the 3 count there. Whew. Luger going to have to turn up right now. Got to go into overdrive. Bob Luger's not a stupid man. I'm sure that he did not underestimate Guri, but I'm not too sure how you can prepare for Sukhanov. You could have 10 years to prepare for Guri Sukhanov. I don't think you could really expect what's coming from him, though. Such just a beast, a monster. Look at this neck crank being applied right now. Just cranking. Trying to snap Luger's head clean off his shoulders. Punch to the gut, though, and there's a wicked crack right to the jaw. Might have unhinged it. Luger is a nasty striker. His strikes are underestimated. Or underrated, rather. Punch to the gut, man. Back and forth. Nobody's really been discernibly in control for a long period of time, but that right there might have sealed Luger's fate if it weren't for his smarts. Bob Luger is a thinking man's wrestler, rolling to the outside where he knows Sukhanov cannot pin or submit him. Guri Sukhanov telling Luger to come back into the ring. Misses that thigh slap of doom. Instead, going to get another power slam. Grabbing Luger by those ears, by the beach blonde hair. Another right hook. No, Luger's had enough. Slaps that shit away. Says, get out of here with that, fam. Discus forearm smash. Luger with a stomp down onto the face. Elbow to the back of the head. Luger's reeling right now. He's feeling it. The energy coursing through his veins. But just when it looks like he might have it done, a pin attempt by the Russian Ogre gets him only a 1 count. Trip up. The work ethic Titan managing to keep his head above the water, but the question is, can he finish Guri off? You can't just keep playing defense. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combination never fails. Greatly executed right there. Now a seated position. Maybe Luger looking to slow things down a little bit. No. Almost a cocky little swag about him. As he's trying to bring Guri up. Punch to the gut. Guri is working the ribs. He's working the back. And another jackknife powerbomb is not going to bode well if your name is Bob Luger. But a smacking him up. That straight punch directly to the face. Now a face buster. Luger gonna look to show off that wrestling background of his. Gator roll now transitioning into a crossface. Not looking for the submission. Bob Luger trying to wear Guri down as much as he possibly can before he looks to go for the pin. Bob Luger right now coming from behind. Another face buster. And Guri gonna get busted wide open. The Alpha World Champion bleeding. Where the hell is Luger going? Exiting the ring just went to yell at some fan in the front row who was wearing an Elijah Stewart shirt. What the hell is Luger doing right now? He's thinking. Like a shark in the water, smelling blood, circling the prey, but he's wasting a lot of time, too. Winding elbow drop to the back of the head. Luger almost doesn't know what to do here. And I don't blame him. Fire on the ring with Gurry sucking up. I'd be lost as well. I'd be shitting my pants. Lateral press again. Just a 2 count, though. Both these men with their shoulders slumped, they're tired, they're drenched in sweat. Nice block right there, beautiful. Not allowing Gurry to get off the takedown. And now another backslide driver, it looks like coming from the 2-time Alpha World Champion. Where that Gurry landed right on his neck, that is not pretty. Deflecting whatever Luger was going to try to pull off there. Hook to the jaw, now going to turn Luger about in a back suplex. The CMV Alpha World Champion standing tall right now. Luger down, looking up at the lights. Geez, he might be in La La Land. Luger's looking out of it. Gurry's just standing there, though. You want to talk about wasting time. What the hell is Gurry doing? Just watching. Like he's playing with his food, but Luger's back to his feet now. These two just staring at each other. The hell's going on? What is happening? And a right hook by Gurry out of nowhere. And now, wasting no time, Sukanov with a running sit-out powerbomb. But a rope break. The positioning, the luck for Luger there. I don't know if that's good or bad for Luger. Man, Gurry is just about done. He has got nothing left in the tank. Trip up. Chops down the Russian Ogre, but here comes Luger to fire back. Another backbreaker, neckbreaker combination. Never count out the work ethic Titan. Stops to the chest, and Luger ducks a clothesline, but gets it anyhow on the rebound. Another pinfall attempt by the big man. 1, 2, no more than that. Stomp down to that lower spine. Don't tell me no. The 400-pounder off the yes. Thank God. I might not like Luger, but I don't want to see him dead. About to get squashed like a bug again. Ducking the clothesline just to get hit with it anyway. And once more, Luger retreat to the outside, trying to compose himself. Gurry Sukanov not going to allow him to do so this time. Going to fetch him. Gets a crack to the jaw. Might have fallen into Luger's trap, though. Bob Luger sending Gurry up the ramp. Too sweet me, baby. This might have been the plan all along. Brought up to his feet. They are footing on top of pure steel right now. And Gurry gets his back dropped right on it. And now Luger a third time. Neckbreaker combo on the bottom of the ramp. At a count of 7, Luger seems conflicted. What is he doing? The referee. Count of 8, guys. And Luger making sure Gurry stays down. Count of 9, Luger, what are you doing? What is happening? 10! What the hell? What was that? Ladies and gentlemen, our main event goes to a draw as Luger seemed to have purposely let that happen. He could have easily rushed back to the ring at 9 to get the win by a count out. He could have done it at 7. Gurry was down for the count after that neckbreaker on the steel, but Luger seemed conflicted. He was pacing back and forth. For whatever reason, Luger wanted the match to end like that, but why? All right, guys, as always, I hope you like what you saw. And if you want to see more, make sure that you do follow me. So you know when I go live, of course, the next time will be this. And it is a stat card. Andrew Briggs versus Hayden in the main event for the Undisputed Championship. Bison takes on the returning Schmitty inside of a Hell in a Cell. And much, much, much more, including the Ultimate Sacrifice match as well. But guys, if you would like to have your call featured on the show, !join. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. If you're just interested in knowing more about us, !CMV will give you that info. Official CMV_ is our Twitter if you'd like to follow us for, updates, signings, cards, all that good stuff and what have you. You can do so. And as always, all of my past episodes are linked on my Twitch info page. So if you want to check those out, go and have yourself a bow. If not, I hope to see you guys this Sunday. I want to see you there. You better. When are you going to give me a grandson? No, but if I don't catch you this Sunday, I hope to see you sometime down the road.